This is Dr. Alan Widener from Massage Chair Relief, and welcome to our Massage Chair Relief live podcast and broadcast for today, for June 20th, 2024. My guest is Michael Kogure, and he is and I don't even know, it's founder and CEO, I assume, of Daiwa Massage Chairs, but of US Jacqueline, which is the company that is the distributing arm of the Daiwa Massage Chairs. And we also have Yoko Kogure, who is a marketing director at Daiwa, and Charles Ishida, who is the service manager at Daiwa. So we've got some big guns here, because there might be questions that have to do with product, that have to do with support, with whatever. Now, Michael is very gracious to be here. His first language is Japanese, so we actually have some help translating if there's something that maybe he's trying to express that he doesn't have the English verbiage for, or if there's a question that we ask or someone asks from our viewers that is not understandable, then we have Charles and Yoko that can also help translate. So, but thank you so much for being here. I'm very, very grateful. I know this is probably out of your comfort zone, Michael, to be here. Uncomfortable because of the language, and maybe just some people like to be away from the camera and away from the visibility. So I'm very grateful that you're here. Thank you very, very much. But, maybe we could start off. Just one thing I did not know about Daiwa when I first was introduced to you. I mean, I'd known that you'd been around. I mean, Daiwa has been around for a long time, but I didn't really know much about you until I became a retailer for you. And I understand that you have been in the business of massagers a long time. Maybe you could talk a little bit about your company and how you came to be.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Widener. Honor to be here. First, I really appreciate inviting me here. It's very honorable to be here, and we see you when you came to our office. I saw you get together, and this is the second time to meet you, and I really appreciate the opportunity to talk with you.
Good.
And today I have my associates Yoko and Charles together with me, who are knowledgeable about the concept of massage and our massage chairs. We are so excited to be here to share the value of Daiwa massage chair with you and your viewers.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and then you told me first question was how company come to be.
Yes, how did you start this business?
Okay. Now, first, I came to the United States from Japan, and a few years after that, in 1982, I started importing health products from Japan, and I started carrying reflexology products and compact massagers. I saw an opportunity to introduce preventative measures and holistic approach to health and well-being.
Good.
And the question you made is how I started massage chairs.
Yes.
Let me explain the history, and it's going to be a long story. Then let me explain.
Please do.
What about prepared? Back when I lived in Japan, I would occasionally visit Japanese-style spa equipped with vending massage chairs. I relaxed and enjoyed using those chairs. Inspired by this, I recognized the potential of these massage chairs and felt motivated to introduce Japanese health equipment to the US market. Then I got involved with the massage chairs because I had been looking for a way to improve our health by a holistic approach. I understand the positive impact that they have on health. The first massage chairs I imported from Japan was imported from Japan. By the time, the chair had evolved to include kneading and tapping function, and massage balls moved up and down. In recent years, there has been a growing health consciousness in American society, and the importance of massage has been evaluated. Many people today suffer from health problems caused by stress. I saw an opportunity to bringing massage chair to the American public, offering a way to improve their overall health and well-being. While there's an increasing focus on staying healthy, the benefit of massage therapy haven't been fully utilized by everyone. So that's how I got started. I wanted to bring these massage chairs to America to show people how they could improve their health and live a more relaxed life. We were one of the first companies to introduce massage chair here, and seeing the positive impact they have had makes it all worthwhile. We promote the benefit of massage and encourage using our Daiwa massage chairs for healthier lives. As pioneer in the industry, we take pride in being one of the first companies to introduce massage chair to America. Doctor?
Yes, and I know that you've been around a long time. Daiwa has, but you always used to do. I think you used to go to do shows like health fairs and maybe at big box stores. But a few years ago, we were invited to visit with you at the Las Vegas Furniture Market, and you were looking to reach out to retailers to start selling the chairs. And I was thrilled. I didn't know anything about your chairs. I didn't know where they were made. I didn't know the quality of the factory they were made in. I didn't know anything, but I was curious because I'd heard about Daiwa massage chairs ever since I've been in the business, which is about 20 years. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that your chairs are made at a very, very well-known top 5 factory in China. And when I saw that, I knew right away that you had good product. But what made you decide to go to start letting retailers sell your chair instead of doing everything yourself?
I can, I can answer that question. So for us, actually, so we did start selling through our own channels, and that was also because when we started, President Michael brought in the chairs from Japan. Originally the Sanyo and Panasonic massage chairs, and we were one of the first authorized dealers. And but when we would introduce massage chairs, people weren't actually interested. It was still a new concept.
Really?
People didn't want to buy these chairs that were these massage rollers. So initially we were wholesaling other items already at the time with our small massage items and our small massage products and reflexology products.
Yeah.
But when we introduced the massage chairs, the reception wasn't too good. We truly were one of the few that introduced this concept at the time. And then so we would take them to trade shows, consumer shows, and sometimes business gatherings for people to actually try the chair.
Yeah.
And at retail stores, you really have to sit in the chair to really understand the benefits, right? So we did a lot of demonstrations, and we did temporary road shows at Asian markets, and there was an increase in health food markets and health stores coming out. So we would do demonstrations there. And then later, even chiropractic clinics started having interest in our products. And through those channels of doing road shows and actually meeting with consumers, that's when people were starting to have interest in our chairs, like the retailers. And we're already in the wholesale business, so why not open it up to retailers? It's more of a reach. And the massage chair market has blossomed so much. I know you've been selling chairs since around 2004 or 2005, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are very selective of our retail partners, and so we really appreciate the trust and established businesses such as yours, with Massage Chair Relief. So we're going to continue to promote, but we're still very selective. So you won't really see us too much in retail stores. But we are still, doing we still are active in doing road shows and fairs at times. But so that's how we got started, and but we're not directly selling through our website or anything.
Yeah,
we have you do that for us.
Yeah. Well, I was thrilled to start carrying your chairs, and of course, it was right about the time when the split track chairs came out, and you had the Supreme Hybrid, and I never seen anything like that before. And when I sat in it, I was completely enamored with it. And obviously it has become a very, very popular technology in our industry. How did you come about that technology? Because it was really the factory that where you bought your chairs where it came from, and now all the other factories are starting to follow suit, imitating that initial split track. How did that come about? How did that whole idea come about?
Well, I think I can speak for this one. So, well, I wanted to talk about what we can talk about is the evolution and the innovations of the massage chairs during that time. So, especially focusing on Daiwa's contributions. As you know, Daiwa really made waves in the massage chair industries when we introduced the first split track massage chair. So they saw the limitations of the traditional S track and L track design and decided to create something that could combine best of both worlds. So initially, the massage chairs were known as the S type because they were shaped to mimic the natural curvature of the back, like an S, like an S shape. However, as technology advanced, the L track design came into play, and it extended the massage coverage from the top of your neck down to the glutes, which is offering more of a full body massage at that time. However, one of the big drawbacks of that L track design was the inability to perform the stretching function due to the frame limitations. So with that, something only the S track could do effectively, this is where Daiwa stepped in, and with the game-changing Supreme Hybrid model, the chair took benefits of both S track and L track designs, and we merged them into one. Yeah, so now you get the deep, precise massage of an S track combined with the coverage of an L track, all in a single chair. So yeah, that's what's really cool about the Daiwa Supreme Hybrid. It is a split track design. It does feature 2 sets of rollers, one for the top specifically and one down for the glutes. So it's kind of like having 2 sets of hands working together to give you that thorough and effective head to toe massage. But because of this innovation, the massage chair experience in the Daiwa Supreme model feels incredibly holistic. So that's where we implemented it into the industry and where we saw the gaps that needed to be filled.
Well, I haven't seen a chair or a technology kind of take a hold since the Nada Dreamwave came. And that chair came and really revolutionized the shape of chairs, the design, the use of airbags that we had not seen used before. And then they, it kind of comes and goes like most life cycles. And I haven't seen anything like that since then until this split track came along. And my goodness, this is another game-changing technology, certainly. But you guys really brought it to market. It was Daiwa that really introduced that to us, and it's been a runaway success. Now, having said that, I know that not every split track's the same. I mean, we have seen other split tracks on the market, but none of them stretch like the hybrid. None of them. They come close, and they're trying to do that, but they can't seem to get the physics of the design and the track right to imitate the same stretch that you get on an S track, which is what you guys offer. So it's still very unique in many ways, or at least in a few ways compared to the other competitors.
Right.
Now, Jason at Relaxacare says, hello, love Daiwa products. We are huge fans. They say, tell them that Relaxacare says hi. And so there you go. So you've got some other fans on here for sure. Now, how do you differentiate from other retailer? I mean, like, how does Daiwa differentiate itself from other, I suppose, other U.S. market distributors of massage chairs? What are some of your unique propositions or features?
Yeah, I can answer that. Before that, I did want to elaborate. I know you had mentioned our factory that we work with, and President Michael has a really close relationship with the actual factory owner. they become like good friends. And so because of, he visits the factory, annually to really communicate with the engineers. I know Charles also works with the engineers, and we focus on really we really do focus on how the massage is going to be effective for the body. So we're not just looking at like fancy designs and like, adding extra features and lighting up. Like, we're not focused on that. We're really focused on how is it going to be beneficial. Like, what are the health benefits from the massage therapist, right? What can we do to provide them that chiropractic stretch, the back stretch, and so going back to that track as well, there was a lot of back and forth working with the factory and the engineers. And I know President Michael was jokingly saying yesterday how, he was like staying overnight talking to massage therapists and talking to the engineer of how can we like really emulate the same kind of health benefits as like a real massage therapist, but using technology. So, that's one thing that differentiates. And again, we also just focus on really how does it, we really collaborate with the engineers again, and also just like collaborating with massage therapists. We talk to shiatsu therapists. We started with reflexology products, right? So, we think about, okay, so like, what are the benefits? Dr. Widener, about like how reflexology is like great for our bodies, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So like, when you massage the soles of your feet, for example, that's like a map for your body and it connects to your internal organs. And by massaging those particular parts of your body, you're really helping your overall well-being. So if you have a headache that day and you want to massage a certain acupressure point in your foot, that can help with that, your neck pain. There's so much connection to your overall body. And I know as a chiropractor too, that's like essential to like the holistic health approach. So we really approach it that way. And I think that's what differentiates us really from the other retailers. Some retailers, they got into the massage chair market because it sells. It's an expensive product. You could sell it, they'll buy it, it's fancy. But we've been around for over 40 years. And the reason is because we've always centered it on how can we provide our products for the American market, like all the health benefits. What are the health benefits behind it? So that's kind of our deep understanding of the details in how our massage balls are created, how the rhythm is, the pattern, what's going to be beneficial to the body. We always work with the engineers to provide that. So that's one aspect of what differentiates us from other retailers. I'm not going to say any names, but some of these, massage chairs that you also carry, our competitors, they didn't start off selling massage chairs, so that's something that we are really proud of being able to have been providing health and wellness products for a very long time.
Yeah, and I see that when I go to your headquarters, I see lots of other products there. Again, I didn't know any of this. All I knew was that you had massage chairs out there and people were asking us about them. And I didn't know. That's all I knew. But when I was there last time, we went out to lunch together, Charles and was it, Michael, Charles, and was it Ninu?
Miku.
Miku. She and he showed me pictures of him and the factory owner at a wedding or something like that, and I was impressed. So he goes way back, like way back, and of course that factory is a very well-known factory, and a lot of the best chairs in the business are built there. But you were the first to bring the split track, and I thought that was very, very unique. Now, in terms of selling the chairs before a lot of others did, I mean, when I got in the industry, there was pretty much Human Touch, Sanyo, Panasonic, and Inada. But Inada didn't have really a U.S. distributor. They had an office in New York. Human Touch was starting to sell through chiropractors. That's how I first got into massage chairs. I was a chiropractor and I got one of their chairs. But I didn't realize this was an industry that I was going to tap into for the rest of my life. But you guys, I mean, like Michael said in the beginning, they were not popular when he first brought them here. Like there wasn't much, you didn't get into it just for money. You got into it because you thought it would be something that you could add to your repertoire of wellness products, but you just got in before everybody else. So it was kind of like, yeah, I buy that you weren't just bringing massage chairs in to make money. You were actually trying to contribute to the holistic attitude, which has become more and more prevalent in the United States, more and more. But it's the Asian community that still embraces massage and massage chairs still quite a bit more in the United States. But now we have a couple of questions, if you don't mind me asking them. One of them is from a fellow named Morteza. He's in Vienna, Austria, and we have people around the world that watch because they follow me somehow heard of me and started following us. Well, he's in Vienna, and he says, how does he go about purchasing a chair when he lives in Europe, if he has delivery in Europe? Now, we've delivered around the world, not as much now as we used to because there's more distributors. But if he wants to purchase the Supreme Hybrid in Europe, what would you recommend? Would you recommend that he buy from a retailer here? And or do you have distributors in other countries that sell your chairs?
Well, that part, whenever we have outside country order, then we'd like to communicate with the factory to ship out from the factory, Shanghai. The transaction should be done here, head office in Los Angeles, and mostly outside country. Actually, we cannot guarantee the way we provide for the American market. So the warranty part we cannot arrange for the outside country. However, we just for that part, the price is really low, less than the regular price, much less than regular price. So then that is a kind of the price for foreign country that we prepare special.
Okay, so if us as retailers receive a request for a Daiwa Supreme Hybrid or any of your chairs, would we just refer them to you? Would we help facilitate the transaction? How exactly do you recommend we do that?
Well, so we communicate because some people want to buy about container base, and we take order and by pallet, depends on the volume, and then the price differ, and then most of the freight and all the fee occurred that have to be paid for the purchaser, the customer,
right?
And mostly based on price on the FOB in China.
So the biggest issue then would be warranty support. Because if they're just shipping one chair to Europe, there's no warranty support there. I suppose you could send parts. I know some other companies will send the parts, the cost of shipping the parts at the expense of the customer.
Right.
But I mean, they can always get parts for the chair. So I guess they would just have to, negotiate that with you. I'm not exactly sure, but anyways, that's a good question because we do get questions from people around the world that are looking for massage chairs that we carry. Like I say, we don't do as much as we used to because we want people to, buy from a local distributor so they have some support.
Right.
But anyways, last month we had Michael Radeski, who owns a retail store or stores in Germany, and he imported like chairs from the different factories, but he realized that they were going to have to be the ones that offer support because there was no other company there to offer support. So that is a challenge. But anyways, I think whoever's watching this and will get the gist of it. He also asked about, and I mentioned this in the beginning, and I don't know if I don't know what he's really talking about. He's asking about if you now have a longer version of the classic chair for those people who are over 6 feet 5 inches tall. Do you know what he's talking about?
Okay, maybe Charles.
Yes. So to speak on that a little bit, we are working on, we have about 1.5 inches, I want to say, extension on the leg rest mechanism that we developed for the Supreme Hybrid versions of that chair. We do have variations of that chair, or a variation of that chair that may be releasing soon. And it does feature that extended leg rest where it could possibly accommodate someone a little bit above 6'5".
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
give them a little more room.
Yeah, legs are a problem on a lot of chairs. And, sometimes people are not as tall, but they have long legs.
Right.
Or they're really tall and they've got short legs, and it's not a problem. But I think every retailer has to negotiate that with every brand of chair, because not everybody fits into. Not every chair will accommodate every leg length. Some legs are too short. The chairs won't retract enough for their feet to meet the foot rollers.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so I'm sure as you learn more things, you'll let us know, and we can share them on forums like this. Now, are there any other questions? I don't have any questions popping up, but is there anybody in the on the broadcast that has a question for either Michael or Charles or Yoko? Feel free to enter in your comments now, your questions. I don't have too much more to talk about. I mean, you basically answered everything. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us that maybe we haven't covered?
Okay, Yoko.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing too, I know we don't cover internationally, but in the US, one thing that also differentiates us is our support. We have technicians all over. We have over 10 locations nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can elaborate, Charles, if you want.
Yeah, sure. So to chime in on that, like Yoko mentioned, we strive on trying to provide the best service and aftercare service in the industry. We know there's a lot of gaps in between that, where if you buy a chair and maybe an outside company, a third party technician may show up in your home and may not be experienced, and which will cause more problems later down the line. It's going to take time away from the homeowner or the chair owner, and things like that. So what we strive to do is we have 10 branch offices nationwide, which helps alleviate and gives us quicker services turnaround times. And all of our technicians are trained in-house, so they are familiar with all the equipment and how to do the services correctly.
Okay.
So that's something we're proud and we strive for.
Yeah, and we've experienced that. We have a lifetime labor warranty, so we pay for the repairs after the factory warranty expires. And there's been a couple of incidents where we've sent technicians, not Daiwa technicians, but technicians in an area where maybe they were going to have to wait 2 months or a month and a half for one of your traveling repair people can reach.
Right.
And there's been a couple of times where it's not worked out well. So we just have to pay Daiwa and wait for you guys to get out there, because whenever you go out and fix it, it's usually one shot. It's not like we got to come back again.
Right.
And I will say, overall, you have a wonderful support department. Wonderful. And I'm not just saying this to blow smoke up your butts. I literally mean you guys are generally very prompt, and we have a very good infrastructure as well for support. So we make sure everybody's on the same page, but you guys are very, very responsive, and I appreciate that. There are some companies, and like you, Yoko, I won't mention any names, of even some chairs that we carry where the support is lacking. The communication's terrible. We constant reminding, please, where are we at with this customer, or whatever. But we don't have a lot of those issues with Daiwa at all. So yes, I would have to. I agree with you. I think your support's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, we really do pride ourselves on that, and we want to make sure we take into consideration the users and the expenses that they pay for these types of chairs. So we always want to provide the best service, aftercare service.
Amen. I'm in the same camp as you. That's for sure. We just have a question here from Harry. He says he'd like to know what is the maximum weight that Daiwa chairs can support. Now, I have to say, Daiwa does usually have a 300-pound weight limit on most of their chairs, which is not the general rule. What can you tell us about the maximum weight and height?
Sure. It does state that our max limit is about 300 pounds because we do want to accommodate the general amount of people here in the States. People vary in height and weight, so we want to be able to accommodate those types of people who may be a little bit bigger. And with that being said, yes, we do. Our chairs can hold up to about 300 pounds. However, we do recommend that for the longevity of the chair, typically within the 250-pound range. We do not want to push anything to its limit, but yes, the chair very well can accommodate that.
Well, and the problem is, I mean, weight, people can still sit in chairs even if they're heavier than the limit, but it does wear down the components quicker. It does create, chair breakdowns and problems sooner than it would later. So it's like
wear and tear.
What's that?
Wear and tear.
Yeah, the wear and tear is greater for sure, at least on the mechanical components, right? I mean, the electronics are probably going to be the same. The upholstery might wear down a little bit quicker too, but it's generally the mechanical components like the rollers and the mechanisms and whatnot. But that's a good question. And every company has different height and weight requirements, and you cannot believe the numbers that are published in terms of height. Weight, yes, you can believe those, but some chairs will say, yeah, we fit all of our chairs will fit up to 6'4". And then we find out that, someone who's 6'4" can fit in the chair, but the rollers aren't even going up their neck because it won't reach that high, or the legs are too short. And so, the height and weight the weight's a little bit more, that's a little more firm. But the height is difficult. You have to try the chair out to know. And if you don't, and you get the chair and you find out it's too short, then you got to go through the hassle of returns, and that's something nobody wants to deal with.
Right.
I don't want to deal with it. The customer doesn't want to deal with it. The only people that want to deal with it are the shipping companies because they're the only ones that make money. But yes, height and weight. That's a great question, Harry. Thank you for asking that. Any other question? Oh, and Relax Care, Jason at Relax Care said that that he's a big fan of your customer support as well, and he's in Canada, and so if the Canadians and the Americans can both agree on customer support of massage chair companies, there is hope for all of us.
Thank you.
Anyways, okay. Any other questions from anybody else on the broadcast? Please feel free to ask away now. Once we record it and we post it on YouTube and Facebook, you're not going to be able to actually ask the questions of Michael or Yoko or Charles. So now is the time to ask. So if you've got any questions, please ask now. Harry says thanks for the explanation. I think that's probably just about it. I can't think of anything else that I want to ask you, unless, of course, you have some feeling of where the industry's going. Michael, do you have any feeling or a vision of where the massage chair industry is going in the future?
Yeah. Just like I wrote down in the article in the CES magazine, and in future, massage chair industry growing and implement by time to time and getting better and better, improve more and more, and eventually same way as refrigerator, house goods, that one with 3 kinds of products in the house, right? A refrigerator, what is? What is? Huh?
Like the watts, the wattage?
Oh no, he wrote this article about how massage chairs should be also included as like a household traditional.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Something like that.
Yeah. So he was saying how, at homes that you have a refrigerator, you have a laundry machine. I think what's the other one? Like what's a standard?
A stove, a dishwasher, a washing machine.
Washing machine.
Something like that. Massage chair could become a similar type of necessary item.
Yeah.
Necessity household item. Yeah, I think that's.
Well, I've been told that, this is just numbers I've heard, that in Japan, like 25% of the homes have a massage chair. maybe that's excessive. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe it's even more than that. But that's where they start. That's where the first one was created, was in Japan. That's the fountainhead of massage chairs.
Yeah. Yeah. It was created, I think like 60 years ago. Fujiryoki started the massage chair in Japan. And then, actually I forgot to mention, President Michael was talking to me about how selling massage chairs in Japan, it's actually strictly regulated. Really? And it's considered almost like a medical equipment. So there are more regulations to actually carrying and selling the massage chairs in Japan. And, in America, it's a little bit more open.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, like we want to have that kind of same standard as like, seeing it as almost like a medical equipment. Obviously, you can't really say that. But, that's how much in the Asian market, these kind of massage items are really essential to people's health, and especially with, stress levels. Stress is like the number one cause, right now for all kinds of illnesses, right? So how can we alleviate stress and have people more relaxed? The massage chairs are another way. Some people can't always go to a massage therapist. They can't always afford going weekly, daily, and so that's where our massage chairs come in to be able to provide that.
Yeah, and that is a great point.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I don't know what the rate of growth is with massage chairs in the United States, but in the time that I've been in the industry, which was 2004, it has just grown exponentially lately in terms of competitors, retailers, different models that are available. But it is kind of like the Wild West. It's just chairs are coming in left and right. Independent importers are bringing in a chair and labeling it and then selling them for cheap on the internet. We don't see as many new name brands coming into play as we do these what I call off-brand or no-name chairs. But it's like the Wild West. It's crazy. But what it's doing is it's bringing awareness to the industry, which is great, which is something we need. So it all serves a purpose. But I could see someday things maybe getting regulated, maybe, who knows what, some terribly cheap chair will come in and crush someone's foot.
Right.
Who knows what? I'm just spitballing here. I don't know for sure, but I think there might come a time when something that's that heavy and that strong and that intense on a human body will probably have to be regulated. I suspect at some point, but nothing bad enough has happened yet to inspire any change, but we're headed in that direction. I'm sure we are.
Yeah, and we actually get so many requests from retailers trying to carry our chairs. Actually, like a lot of online retailers. Yeah. Almost every day we get like 1 or 2 requests. So, again, we're very selective of who our retailers are, just to limit that, confusion, and also, making sure that they get the quality service that they need.
Yeah. Well, and I appreciate you doing that. Of course, it's a way to make a quick buck, I think. At least that's what it used to be. And I remember when I got started in it, I started as a massage chair retailer online because I was not making it as a chiropractor. I needed to supplement my income. And then it took off. And then I realized that, man, there's nothing in this industry to educate people. There's no like it's the Wild West is what it is. And so I think also we'll start to regulate ourselves a little bit more over time by selecting different retailers or preferred retailers, by selecting better chairs, producing better chairs, getting rid of the crappy ones. I think we'll start to self-regulate anyways as we go. But no, Daiwa, and I can say this because I knew about the factory that you were building in, or your chairs were built in. I've been to that factory. I went there, I think 6 years ago, and visited the factory, and it blew my socks off. I hate to sound such like a regional thinker, but in my mind's eye, I imagined these sweatshops in China, just no air conditioning, a couple of windows maybe, and kids running around. It was terrible, and that is it almost sounds racist, but that's the way a kid from Canada and now United States just thought that that's what was going on, because all we heard about was sweatshops and child labor. I went over there and it blew my mind how modern that facility was. It was in a 4,000-year-old town,
Right.
but the facility was state of the art. It was incredible. And I was in awe the whole time. I was just in awe. And that's the factory you guys have your chairs built in. And it's a factory that I know is a good factory. So I knew from the get-go when I met Hide that these were going to be good chairs. I knew they were going to be good chairs. And but now, of course, customer support is equally as important, and your customer support is that. So appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, thank you for giving us another option. Another option to for the consumer.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you very much.
I went off on a little bit of a tangent there. I'm sorry. Massage chair preacher. But anyways, is there anything else you'd like to say? Please feel free to share it now. No, we got it.
Thank you so much for having us on, and
you bet.
Really appreciate your knowledge, and I've watched some of your videos, and I personally feel like you help market for us just because you are so knowledgeable and you test out all the chairs. So we really appreciate your business, and also we value your opinion. So.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say that. Thanks. And I love it. I love the industry. I grew to love it. I got into it to make some money, but I ended up feeling like it was I don't know if it's what you call a calling or it's really changed a lot of things for me. So I love to contribute too as well. So, but thank you for all you do. And Michael, thank you. I know you were nervous about coming on.
Thank you very much.
You did fantastic. Thank you very, very much. Yoko, maybe I'll have a chance to meet you someday when I'm in Southern. But
I'm in Seattle. I'm in Seattle. But
okay,
yes,
that's right. So
yeah.
I may never meet you, but it was really nice to meet you here.
It was nice to meet you too.
Thank you, Charles. Thanks for being here. Nice to see you again.
Absolutely.
I
Likewise, Dr. Widener.
We deal with Charles daily, almost daily. Whenever we have to have a problem with a chair or we need a tech or whatever, he heads the department we hit up the most. So thank you very much.
Absolutely, sir. Anytime.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you again for everything.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.